Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Content Manager podcast. I'm actually here with Yuri, who's actually a friend of mine. We've known each other online for a handful of years now. A little bit about Yuri. He's actually a social media manager. He has background running his own social media agency where he's worked with several clients, which we'll get into in this podcast. And he's able to generate over 150 million views for his clients across all social media platforms. With that being said, thank you so much, Yuri, for being here and welcome to the podcast.
All right. So thanks for having me, Sahil. So, yep. How have you been this week? What's your plans for this week?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the new year, so there's obviously this motivation in the air to start fresh and to start consistent. And so right now, the big thing for me is about consistency. I'm really trying to follow a creator's schedule. Something about a creator's schedule is like figuring out what really makes things move the ball forward. And one thing in 2025 that I really am looking forward to is learning how to use AI tools. More specifically, it's really interesting nowadays because there's obviously easy tools like ChatGPT and
Yeah.
Claude and whatnot, but if you look at the designer side of stuff, there's a app specifically called Ideogram. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
Man, I'm gonna have to send you some stuff afterwards because if you're good at prompting, just text prompting, now you can create thumbnails yourself instead of having to directly work with a designer and manage them and handhold their process throughout the way of like, here's what I want for a deliverable. You can literally just prompt an AI bot to create thumbnails for you. And yesterday, actually, I was playing with this AI generator and I was trying to make YouTube thumbnails specifically because YouTube is one of my priorities, to create content and whatnot this
Mm.
year. And so I asked this chatbot to create me a thumbnail. I wrote the prompt, write me a guy holding two pills in his hand, one red, one blue, make it Matrix themed, and it's going to be meant for YouTube. And in 3 seconds, this is what it made.
Bro, it's cool. And can you also customize like some pictures, or you can just download the picture or the image itself and just edit it like on Canva or something?
That's a great insight there, right? So it actually generates you four unique graphics. That's just one of
Oh.
them. So you get four for free, which is already an insane value. Here's another version.
To choose your pill, blue pill and red
And
pill.
look at the quality of the image, right? So it's
Yeah.
all the detail is there. There's no, mess
4G or
up. Everything is really clean quality. Here's another version. I mean, it looks like a documentary cover to a video, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the YouTube title like up here could be better because that's not like how the YouTube logo is. But
Yeah.
knowing
You can
Canva,
customize it. Yeah. You can customize it on Canva and everything.
exactly, exactly.
Is it
So
like, is it free or is it paid? It's free, right? Or,
yeah, so there's actually different options. There's a free version which gives you
mm,
about 8 to 10 credits. So you can do that 8 to 10 times in one day, and then you have to wait till
mm.
the next day because it's all token based.
Oh, I
But there
see.
is a paid version that's about $16 per month. And I've currently been in the process of learning what is free versus what is paid. And here's a key differentiator. The free version doesn't allow you to upload photos, but the paid version allows you to upload photos. So
Oh,
what I'm
so more
thinking,
customizable. Yeah.
yes, what I'm thinking is if you're, let's say, a content creator or you wanted to start posting content in 2025, you could create a prompt for the thumbnail, the YouTube video that you're creating. And then
Mm.
from there, you upload a picture of yourself and say, instead of this person's face, put my face there instead. So, like the example we had just seen, if I wanted to put my face in that thumbnail, right, I could just
Mm.
easily swap that out. And
Mm.
mind you, the cool thing about this app, Ideogram, is you can customize your aspect ratios. So the one that I showed you was vertical, which
Yeah.
is
9
good
by
for
16. Yeah.
Instagram Reels, right?
Yep.
But if you wanted to do a thumbnail for YouTube, you could easily click that and adjust it to 1920 by 1080.
Oh, that's cool. So it's called Ideogram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Ideogram.ai.
Yeah, I think I have to try it. And speaking of AI, have you heard of like I mean it's getting popular right now. Have you heard of like Poppy.ai?
What is that? Can you say it again?
Poppy.ai, like
No, I haven't.
Poppy. I mean, it's also like an AI tool for like creators, but I think it's paid for now because it's a powerful tool. I mean, it's the price is worth it as well. Like,
Hmm.
will be like, are you familiar with like what do you call it again? Wait, well, like the mapping tool. What's it again? Miro. Are you familiar with Miro?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's just like Miro, but Miro and like ChatGPT, where you can just maybe like have like, for example, you upload a YouTube video or like maybe a video, and you can just maybe have a map where you can just connect it to like to an AI prompt. I
Hmm.
mean, basically, it's just like a mapping where you can just add a lot of stuff on there and just connect them to one single like box or an AI, so it can just ask questions, all of the stuff, and it's pretty much powerful. Yeah, like
Sounds good.
yeah, it's pretty much Miro plus ChatGPT on steroids. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to call it.
Sounds good. Everything that we talk about in this podcast, I'll be sure to link it in the chat below. I mean, for this podcast, we definitely just started jumping into all this different content topics, but I just wanted to quickly go back and kind of go into, could you tell us a little bit about your origin story, how you originally got started, and just kind of your background as to who you are so more people can kind of know about you?
So I'm pretty sure you know my name. My name is Yuri, or like my real name is like Nin Yurich, but I prefer people calling me like in my nickname Yuri. So like I'm around 20 years old, just turned 20 last October. Yeah, so my origin is like in the end of like my senior high school year, like grade 12, like something pivotal happened in my life, and then it made me realize something that I need to be better. So I started on my self improvement journey like any man at there, any business person as well. So I started on my self improvement journey. Started uh researching about like business. Started learning all the side hustles. Watched like I think all of you know now like Ingman Gadzi, Ali Abdaal, Alex Ramosi, all of those gurus and stuff. So I started watching them. And started that to dive deeper about what do you call it, the side hustles and stuff. So first, I started learning like one thing that got my attention is like the outsourcing stuff. So like you will be the one like managing the talents, and then can just like connect the two together, the talent and then the client. So just bought a course about that, and then along that, I mean my niche, I choose the niche of like video editing. So along that, along when I bought that course, along that I also learned started learning around about video editing. So I know, right, I know what I'm doing. I know like the service that I'm promoting and serving to my clients. And then the next thing is I joined a mastermind. Mastermind like a group. I mean, I mean the good thing about joining a group or a mastermind is like it not necessarily a competition, but you can see people like winning on there, so it inspires you to work harder on yourself and like to show them like you can do it as well. So yeah, that's one thing that did my best also. I mean, did good for me. The next thing is like I started like sending cool DMs to a lot of people online. Mainly it was Instagram and TikTok as well. And then started a lot, maybe 50 to 30 cold DMs every day. And then the next thing, I had one local client. I mean, he was trading or a forex influencer from the Philippines, so it's a local to my country. Yeah, so just edited around 1 to 2 videos for him, but he ended up paying me because he loved the work that I did and he loved my enthusiasm towards because I'm also interested in like that forex or trading industry and stuff. So I loved working with him, but suddenly it ended. But the next thing, uh I got my first international clients with which is Kevin. So I got him, and then we agreed on like a low ball price because it's just my first, and pretty much became I pretty much was transparent to them that he is my first international client, and then we just agreed on like on a low ball price, and then we had an agreement like for like 1 to 2 months. Then if he likes the work, we can stay working together. But I mean, the price will change as well. So that's our agreement. We ended up working for him with him for around 6 to 7 months at least, or I think it was 6 to 7 months, and then the next thing, it kind of go from there. So after I had Kevin, I already have like some people, some contact on like on the mastermind. So I just connected them. I just hired people from that group, and then we agreed on like a set price for the videos. Yeah. And then from there also I figured out everything along the way. I built the systems. Uh After all of that, I finally have my own system right now, which is currently what I'm using with yeah. I'm also gonna like send you uh did I also send you like this Notion system as well?
I'm not
Not
sure.
yet?
We'll have to check it out together.
Uh
And we'll put it perhaps in the chat so that people who want to check it out maybe can see it as well. Maybe they're
yeah.
interested about video editing, maybe they're interested about content, how to manage a team and things like that. Um, So the thing is about me that I already know you, but for those who don't know you, there's a good chance that if you're interested in the same things as Yuri and I, you've seen some of his clients' works perhaps on your LinkedIn or
Yeah.
not on your LinkedIn, but on your Instagram Reels feed. And so my next question for you more specifically is, what creators have you worked with and who do you currently work with, if you don't mind me
Uh,
asking?
all right. So I've worked with a lot of clients, like a lot of clients in different industries. Because the first year, because I also was not sure in my niche, so I just offered my service as like growth through video editing. So that's how my messaging was. So I ended up having a lot of clients from different industries, a mix of creators from realtors, mortgage lenders, coaches. I mean, and also this thing was good for the team as well. It was me working with creative agencies. There was one from Canada. Uh, Maybe it was two from New Zealand and one from Hawaii. And then I just talked to them, and then pretty much became like built the relationship as well. And then we had an agreement like we would be uh me and my team would be like the fulfillment team for their agencies. So they just shoot the videos, and then we agree that we will be the ones editing them. And through my Notion system, so the fulfillment can be smooth. So their clients and then my editors can just directly communicate to each other on the Notion system. So it doesn't have to go through me and then through them. So it will not be that back and forth and then that long. So that's pretty much it right now. And then currently right now, I'm working with what is it? A realtor. Uh, who else? Oh yeah, it was one agency owner as well. I mean, he's an agency owner for what do you call it? For real estate agents. I mean, a lead generating agency for realtors. Yeah. And then what he's doing is just he's not the creative agency, but he just wants to create content like just like Dan Dalen. Are you familiar with Dan Dalen?
Maybe I've seen his face, but I don't recognize the name.
Yeah, I mean he's one of like the top creators in like the creator niche right now. I mean he has his own style, and then a lot of people is copying right now. So that specific client just wants to create content just like him. It's more on like the motivational side of content. Yeah, so that's one. And then the others is like I'm working with two creative agencies right now, which is uh I think they're both from New Zealand. Yeah, two creative agencies for realtors, and then one like high profile, not high profile, but one coach. I think he worked with a lot of people or a lot of athletes that has now won like gold medals from the Olympics. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I am impressed with him. Like he's been long in the coaching business. So I mean his name, can I say his name here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean his name is Garrett Sanford, if you can search it on Instagram. So he's been work I mean he's worked with a lot of athletes and then a lot of football clubs. I mean his specialty is around running or so, but he's also doing stuff or content about high rocks and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what my clients is right now.
Awesome. I mean, there's so much different people that you've worked with. And I
Yeah,
think the exciting part about the space that we're both in is that you can have that, right? You can work with different industries from
yeah,
coaches, consultants, mentors, all the way up to different, health and medicine, perhaps, or anybody who really wants to create content. It seems like you can help them out with their, content strategy, their video editing,
yeah.
thumbnails, graphic design, things like that. And, perhaps for you, it wasn't always like that. And it's a big difference between how you started and where you are now. My next question for you specifically is, what's been your proudest moment so far in your journey?
So what's my proudest moment? Let me think of it. So I think it was the time that I got this client. I think he has around 500K followers right now on Instagram. I mean his name is what's his name again? I forgot his name. Wait. Forgot his name, but he was my proudest like one of my biggest clients. Yeah. It was wait. But yeah, I got like around 150 million views from one of his videos. I mean, with the help of our editing as well. So 150 million videos. I mean, it's still growing right now. 150 million views from one video and then 30 million views from another video. So I think yeah, the thing you told about like 150 million views, I think that's from last year, I think, I guess. Yeah. So that's it. And then the next proudest moment I think was when I closed like the biggest deal like of my career. Did I tell you? I mean, did I talk about you this already? So about like a deal that I closed around $10,000 for one project only. It was
No, I didn't hear about this.
yeah $10,000. I closed like a 10K USD for like one project. It was for I think it was for 24 videos. 24 videos, and then at the same time I like the videos is like for like maybe it was for a government program or like it was to promote their culture as well. So at the same time I've helped some people promoting their culture, and then I've closed the biggest deal of my, I mean, it's a win-win for us as well.
I mean, that's incredible. $10,000 in any country is a ton of
Yeah,
money. You had talked about how you had worked with clients in different areas from New Zealand,
yeah.
Canada. You had your first international clients. And so, being from the Philippines, there's a lot of obstacles that perhaps people in the different other countries like New Zealand, United States, and Canada might overlook or maybe aren't aware of. So, how has your experience been working from the Philippines, and have you noticed anything like any obstacles perhaps that you have to overcome being in the location that you are?
I mean, it's been rewarding yet challenging. It taught me how to adapt or that adaptability as well. So, clients in North America often value clear communications, timeliness, proactive updates. I mean, just building trust remotely requires you yourself going extra mile to show how reliable you are and how valuable you are to them. So I think that's it.
Well, I want to dig into that a little bit deeper because I believe in the Philippines there are so many freelancers who want to
Yeah.
work in this space, who want opportunities, but just don't know how to get these opportunities. And you've positioned yourself, obviously, through your expertise, your understanding, your pursuit of, self-development and putting in these systems to get better at it. So, what kind of advice do you give to those freelancers who are struggling? Maybe they don't understand the nuances or how to get to where you are. Like, what kind of advice would you give to them?
I mean, for them, I understand that it's not just about delivering work. It's about also building relationship, solving the problems, and helping your clients grow as well. And invest in learning, embrace the feedbacks, and remember that consistency and authenticity will set you apart in this industry. Because speaking from experience, my clients, I mean, you as well, I think we actually talk. Maybe it was 1 year plus or a year or more, right?
Hmm.
We have been in contact. So yeah, just by that, and then also some of my clients from last year is also. my clients today, and then for some clients that I'm not working with currently, I mean we're still in contact, and in just that you can say that building relationship and being authentic with your clients will help you go far in this industry. Yeah,
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I definitely see that with you specifically. We've had this relationship for like a year, maybe a year and a half,
yeah,
and the way that you've done it, I think is really it goes to show why you are successful because you treat your clients as if they're your friends. I would see us potentially if we were in person just hanging out, regardless
yeah.
of if we were, working on stuff, we would just be sitting around talking about these kind of ideas. So you've done a great job of doing that, and I
So
feel I feel like a
appreciate
lot
it.
of freelancers, they are so eager to work with you, and they just really want to do something and help you, and they're just kind of pushing for it. And there's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of like,
I
oh, I
think
really want to help
that's
you. I
it.
really want to help you. And it kind of makes people in the States kind of like cautious, like it kind of scares them off.
Yeah, maybe they thought it would be a scam or something, but yeah, that's what I've noticed with a lot of clients as well. I mean, on my fellow Filipinos as well, some like video editors will reach out to me, like some of them don't know how to talk, like they just want to work for you, like they don't want to know you first. I mean, they just want to talk about work, and then they just don't try to build that authentic relationship with you. So I think that's one thing some people are struggling right now.
Awesome. Well, we can definitely talk more about this in particular, but if anybody has any questions, please put in the chat below. I'm sure Yuri's going to see this video. His contact's going to be in the video. We're going to keep going. I'm not saying that the podcast's over. I just wanted to quickly tell the audience here to drop a comment and we want to see what you think so far about this conversation. I kind of wanted to switch things up just a slight bit. We had talked about this in the beginning of the episode, but I'm curious to know more about where do you see this work going? Because when we first started this space, Instagram looked a lot different, relationships, online building looked a lot different, but now, today, 2025, we have access to so much and different resources, and our knowledge is different, right? So, where do you see this future of this work going?
I mean, future of this work, I think this will uh a lot of this will be pretty much on high demand next year, because people are just like, for example, they are editors, so they just are editors, right? So they just don't know how to like, some people are just not cut out for this as well. Like they don't know how to like manage the talents, build the systems. They just don't know how to talk to people. They just know is they just know how to work, or some people just know how to edit the video. So that's kind of it. I mean, a lot of this will be in demand pretty much in the future. I mean, talent management. I think in the studies, I think I saw one article like about like creative management, or was it talent management? That is in will be in high demand in the future. So I think that's it.
Yeah. So if that's something that you want to get into, the person watching, if you have questions about how do I deepen my relationships, what kind of skills do I want to learn, definitely message Yuri, message me, drop a comment, and we can be sure to help you guys with this. Now, my next question is kind of about talent relationships and management is do you currently work with a team and kind of how do you structure that relationship? Because it can be tricky because you might know how to do specific editing, but managing a team comes with different challenges. So can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. So I actually use a lot of tools in the past, but what uh what had resonated with me and what I've been using for the past, and what I've been using right now is like Notion and WhatsApp only. For the past is I use a lot of tools that which had a lot of conflict on a lot of stuff. It was Notion, WhatsApp, Slack, what's left, but a lot of things. But right now, the two things that I've been using is Notion and WhatsApp. So I built Notion for like managing the team as well, and then WhatsApp for general communications with the team. Yeah, to manage my clients, I use Notion, and with the system I built with actually, I mean, I call it like Creovate. I call it Creovate, meaning create and innovate. And then I just came up with that name last week actually. So as I finished all of the systems, and then after all fine tuning, I made the Creovate, and then it is a CMS or a content management system that actually do all the things for not, but a lot of majority of the things you can do the research, ideation, scripting, tracking the progress, all of the stuff on there. So you can, if you're creating content, you should definitely check that out as well. And then with
Yeah.
WhatsApp, yeah, with WhatsApp, I create like a one group chat for all of my editors, and then another group chat for one client, and then I will add the, what do you call it? I will add the editors that's assigned to that client on there for general communications, and then that did that to other clients as well. And then for like to track, not to track progress, but for everything and everyone to be on the same page together. With my team, I do basically weekly or bi-weekly calls with the team, and then for each of my client, we do weekly checkups so we can be on the same page and to track our progress with the content we're doing. So yeah.
There's so much there that you just covered, and the exciting part about it to me is I believe that both of us like this kind of stuff, talking about the
Yeah.
process and the systems and how to put it all together so that it works super smoothly. As a content manager myself, I believe that that's like where people like you and I really like get a lot of excitement and joy of like finding out ways to make things easier. So, what really excites you about this space, and kind of what are you curious about going into this new year?
I mean, it's definitely what we talked about first, the first thing. I think it's definitely AI, right? So as we talked about, was it ideogram like Poppy.ai? I think there will be a lot of AI tools in the future that can be useful. And then I want to learn all of that stuff. Can be useful to content, to managing the team, and then can be make everything so smooth that with my system I can fully remove myself from the fulfillment, right? And then just imagine what we can do and uh for this with AI as well. Because with ChatGPT, I've also developed my own frameworks, right? I've developed my own how to make my like how to make like content ideas, all the scripting. Just imagine everything in the near future because AI is rapidly growing and then just so fast right now. So it can be much easier in the future. So I'm excited for that.
Sounds good, and we're starting to slowly wrap things up, but I do want to ask you one more specific question.
Mm.
What tips would you give to someone who's aspiring to be in your position one day? Maybe that's, 2 years ago where you were at, or 3 years ago, or maybe someone's just starting out as like a video editor but wants to scale it up. What would
Uh,
you tell them?
so basically, it's just like, so you're sir asking like what my advice is for my younger self, right? So one thing, the things I can say is stop doubting yourself and believe in your vision. You don't need everything figured out in order to start. Take risks, trust the process, and know that growth happens outside your comfort zone. Every challenge is a lesson, and every step forward, no matter how small it can be, it that is progress towards your bigger vision. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, we wrapped up most of the conversation that I wanted to talk about. We are on like a kind of a strict time schedule here. Is there
Mhm.
any other specific topics that you would like to cover in this podcast episode?
Yeah, one thing I would like to say is like the thing last time we talked about like the proudest moment. I just want to say like the one client, his name is Jay Alderton. If you can search him, he's on TikTok and Instagram. Is Jay and then Alderton. It's Jay Alderton. So you can see that I'm not bluffing. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. One thing I want to mention, we have about 4 minutes, is the TikTok ban.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
In the States, it's probably going to get banned. So how does that impact your clientele, as well as what do you think about this overall?
I think it sucks for a lot of small businesses that is using TikTok right now on using TikTok to promote their business. But for myself, I think it wouldn't affect that much on my business because honestly, I've developed now the skills, right? I know how to like market myself, and then I actually just, I mean, on last year when I started, I mainly posted a lot of content on TikTok, and then got my first 5 to 10 clients with TikTok. But last year also I transitioned from that to Instagram Reels. So right now I mean, more on short form content. So the short form content on Instagram is what I'm serving. So that didn't really affect me that much. But yeah, it sucks for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see, it does suck for a lot of people. There's so many
Mm.
content creators who only posted on
Yeah,
TikTok that didn't want to put themselves out there on different platforms. They just focused on one. And I think that now they're gonna have to decide, do I want to go and get a real job and focus on getting
yeah,
other things going, or do I go onto YouTube? So I think people like you and I are in a position to tell them and advise them like, hey, you have skills in this market.
yeah,
Why not go to different platforms and we can help you with that?
yeah.
Maybe that's some
That's
core messaging that we can put out there, right? Saying, hey, now's the time to go on YouTube Shorts, YouTube. I mean, they should have been doing it already with their strategy, but that's a different topic, right?
Yeah, that's it. Because I mean, they have the skill already to market themselves, and then if they manage to do that on TikTok, I think they can still do it on other platforms as well. Maybe they can do it on Instagram Reels. And I think Instagram Reels is much compared to like YouTube Shorts and other apps. I think Instagram Reels is the way to go for them. Because that's what I've been doing as well.
Awesome. Well, I'm just wrapping this up here. I feel like we could have talked for another hour, 2 hours
Yeah.
about all these different topics. That was a quick 40 minutes. But I just want to quickly say thank you so much for being on this podcast today. It was really awesome to get to know a little bit more about your story, who you work with, your clients. Just one last thing is where can people contact you if they want to work with you directly or have questions for you specifically? I know that those watching this podcast episode specifically, they might be from the Philippines or they might be from overseas. So I definitely want your contact information easily accessible so that they can reach out.
So they can just reach out to me like I I'm not really active in TikTok, but in Instagram you can just search up Nino Pillazo. So it's NINO and then PILLAZO. You can search up on Instagram, and then there I've created some content and I'm planning to create more as well for you guys. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as Yuri and I did.
Yeah.
We have a lot of exciting episodes coming here soon, so definitely stay tuned. Check out his channel, check all the channels and the links down below, and then maybe that Notion guide potentially is in the comments down below too. So free resources for you guys. So we just want to see you guys grow and get better, and we look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Thanks, guys.
All right.